everyone. I hope your day is going well. I wanted to come to you from my children's virtual classroom to read a very special book to you. It's called Those Shoes, and I want you to look for a couple of lessons in here about inclusion. Throughout life, we want to definitely include people. We want people to understand that even though you have different backgrounds and different circumstances and lots of change around you, you can always find ways to be kind to others. My name is Talitha Vickers. Many of you may have seen me on television or WXII News. And I wanted to come to you with this story inside of my children's virtual classroom where we're all dealing with so many changes. This is where they've been learning, and I thought no better place than to read this book to you from the place where my children have now adjusted and started learning from. So Those Shoes by Mary Beth Bonetz. It's a really cool story. I have dreams about those shoes. Black high tops, 2 white stripes. There they are, those shoes. Grandma, I want them. There's no room for want round here, just need. Grandma says, and what you need are new boots for winter. Brandon T comes to school in those shoes. He says he's the fastest runner now, not me. I always was the fastest before those shoes came along. Nate comes to school in those shoes. Antonio and I count how many times Nate goes to the bathroom. 7 times in one day just so he can walk up and down the hall real slow. Next, Alan, Jacoby, Terrence each get a pair. Oh my goodness, everyone has those shoes except for me. Then one day, in the middle of kickball, one of my shoes comes apart. Looks like you could use a new pair, Jeremy, Mr. Alfrey, the guidance counselor, says. He brings out a box of shoes, other stuff for kids who have needs and need new things. He helps me find the only shoes that are my size. Velcro, like the one my little cousin Marshall wears. They have an animal on them from a cartoon I don't think any kid ever even watched. So he goes through the box to try to find some shoes because his ripped apart. Well, when I come back to the classroom, Alan Jacoby takes a look at my Mr. Alfrey shoes and laughs, and so do Terrence, Brandon T, and everyone else. The only kid not laughing is Antonio Parker. At home, Grandma says, "How kind of Mr. Alfrey." I nod and turn my back. I'm not going to cry about any dumb shoes, but when I'm writing my spelling words later, every word looks like the word shoes, and my grip is so tight on my pencil, I think I might bust. Oh, I think he's a little sad. On Saturday, Grandma says, let's check out those shoes you're wanting so much. I got a little bit of money set aside. Might be enough. You never know. I'm sure he's happy. Well, at the shoe store, Grandma turns those shoes over so she can check the price when she sees it. Whew! She sits down real heavy. Maybe they wrote it down wrong, I say. Grandma shakes her head. I think the shoes might be expensive. Then I remember, the thrift shops! What if a rich kid who outgrew his or maybe got 2 pairs for Christmas had to give one of them away? We ride the bus to the first thrift shop. Black cowboy boots, pink slippers, sandals, high heels, every kind of shoe except the one I want. We ride the bus to the second thrift shop, not a pair of those shoes in sight. Around the corner is the third thrift shop. I see something in the window. What could it be? Black shoes with not one but two stripes. High tops, perfect shape, $2.50. Those shoes. Oh, I bet he's happy. My heart is pounding hard as I take off my shoes and hitch up my baggy socks. How exciting, Grandma says. What size are they? I shove my foot into the first shoe, curling my toes over, oh dear, to get my heel in. I don't know, but I think they fit. Oh, Grandma kneels on the floor and feels for my toes at the end of the shoe. Oh, Jeremy, she says, I can't spend good money on shoes that don't fit. Oh, she's trying, but I don't know. I pull the other shoe on and try to walk around. They're okay, holding my breath and praying that my toes will fall off right then and there. But my toes, they don't fall off. I buy them anyway with my own money and I squeeze them on and a limp to the bus. I don't think they fit, guys. Well, at home, a few days later, Grandma puts on a new pair of snow boots in my closet. And doesn't say a word about my two big feet shuffling around in my two small shoes. Sometimes shoes stretch, I say. Grandma gives me a hug. He's hoping they'll fit. I check every day, but those shoes don't stretch. I have to wear my Mr. Alfrey shoes to school instead. One day during math, I glance at Antonio's shoes. One of them is taped up and his feet look smaller than mine. Oh, after school, I head to the park to think. Antonio is there, the only kid who didn't laugh at my Mr. Alfrey shoes. We shoot baskets. A loose piece of tape on Antonio's shoes smacks the concrete. Every time he jumps, I think, I'm not going to do it. We leap off the swings. Whee! I'm not going to do it. We race from one end of the playground to the other. I'm not going to do it, I say. Oh, do what? Antonio says, breathing hard. What are you talking about? Grandma calls me for supper and invites Antonio over too. After supper, he spies my shoes. How come you don't wear them? Antonio asks. I shrug. My hands are sweaty. I can feel him wishing those shoes were his. That night, I am awake for a long time thinking about Antonio. When morning comes, I try on my shoes one last time. What do you think he's gonna do? Let's see. Before I can change my mind, the shoes are in my coat. Snow is beginning to fall as I run across the street to Antonio's apartment. I put the shoes in the front door, push the doorbell, and I run. He's making a run for it. At school, Antonio is smiling so big in his brand new shoes. I feel happy when I look at his face and mad when I look at my Mr. Alfrey shoes. But later, when it's time for recess, something happens. Everywhere, there's snow. Leave your shoes in the hall and change your boots, the teacher announces. Leave your shoes in the hall? It's then that I remember what I have in my backpack. New boots. New black boots that no kid has ever worn before. Standing in line to go to recess, Antonio leans forward and says, "Thanks." I smile and give him a nudge. Let's go race. So even though he didn't have his new shoes and he found some but they didn't fit, he was very kind and he gave his shoes that he really wanted to someone else who really needed them. And in the end, he had to wear his new boots anyway that no other kid had. What a nice story. Those shoes shows us acts of kindness can go a really long way. And I truly hope you enjoyed this story. From my heart to yours, have a great day, guys, and go grab a new book so that you can get lost in a wonderful adventure. See ya.